Thou hast my gratitude for lending courage to the Lopperates. Not disposed to rest on your laurels, several of our guests have elected to accompany my countrymen to their stations. Some few may still come hither seeking counsel, and so I shall remain to aid them as need be. You want me to check in on Alice? Sure, I can do that. We're finally out, hopefully out of fetch quest void. Oh, and we have blue quests. That means we're getting to the end. If both blue quests popped already. Oh, a story quest. Mostelfred is awfully worried about something. It's an elf man. I dote. Alright, we'll do that story quest in a second. I have a feeling we have a blue quest to do here. So many quests just opened up. Holy crap. Alright, let me check out these yellow quests while we're here. The Distressed Chief. Oh, we already talked to her. I remember talking to her already. We already talked to Charmant. What about Analja? Something about dry eyes. What the heck? Jessamy? Or something? No, you're not who I was thinking of. There's a Lopperate who wants help. What are you doing here, little guy? A fretting researcher. The experienced researcher. And then we already talked to them. The case of the blah blah blah. And there's a studium researcher just chilling here. You can't use your journal for that? Wow. Okay, let's do this boring blue fetch quest first, and then we'll do the... We're gonna be doing story quests for a little while here. But after that, we will be done with all of the story quests up until the final area. The final area, I have a feeling, is gonna have a few. But we will see. Where is this blue quest? Is it upstairs? Alright, let's do this, because I want to be able to fly here. Because this is probably one of the worst places to not be able to fly in. Oh, it's a bunny boy! It's a bunny boy. Another world. Nice. Oh, you want to do something before you go to Gurabania? Speak with the elemental reactor operator. The Gleaner's Wish. Are you here for the crystal? I hope it does some good for that Gleaner. Those folks are gonna need all the luck they can get. Pray before the lantern crystal. Okay, fine. Pray. Return this to the Vieira Gleaner. Literally, that's all it says, is the Vieira Gleaner's watching over to you with interest. That's so dumb. I hate that the journal has some very undescriptive entries like that. They're like, I'll never forget how Stormblood completely dropped it for a while, where Stormblood started doing the trend where the journal entries were not descriptive of all of what's been going on in the main story. I'll never forget one of the journal entries was literally, Lisa looks upset. And I'm like, over what? And then they stopped that, and I remember Bean always being like, it's so that you actually read the cutscenes, and I'm like, and what? What if I genuinely forgot what was going on? How am I supposed to keep up? Here's your lantern crystal. And he is off to Kiribania. Goodbye, bunny boy. How are we doing on the ether currents? We're almost done. 2 more of the green ones. Alright, well before we go work on ether currents, we have story quests. I'm so excited to finish this one up for Labyrinthos. Musselfret is looking awfully worried about something. Oh, what am I to do? Oh, you're that adventurer who helped out the students of Baldessian, aren't you? I suppose it matters not to you, but my son seems to have run away. I thought only researchers lived here. Ah yes, simply put, my wife and I work at Boria, and she happened to conceive whilst while we were living here in Charlene Hamlet. I assure you we had many sleepless nights wondering if we should quit our jobs and leave Labyrinthos or entrust the child to a friend of ours. But ultimately we decided to continue our work whilst raising the child here. After all, our research was focused on the very future that our offspring will inhabit. The issue is, however, that the magic prevents us from revealing anything confidential. It's too potent to be used on children. Of course, we can't allow the little one to roam freely. We recently had a slight spat with— oh no, he's wandering around. We have to go help him. We'll go look for him. Thank you. Verpelane, my boy, is likely in the plaza to the east. Do 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 do. 504 yalms to the west. Okay, so he's over here. Little child, what are you doing here? Why are you crying? What? Who are you? Oh no, he ran away. Well, you know, I guess, you know, no wonder he ran away. And I guess if people don't want to continue the story quest, they can just take the Aether Current, but I'm going to. We're gonna see this through to the end. Alright, little Verpelane, what's up? We even have a cutscene. I am not going to go home so easily. You probably won't believe me either, but I've noticed that all is not right in Labyrinthos. I can decide what to believe me on my own, thank you. Little child. Fine, I shall tell you what I've seen. The color of the artificial light here changed recently. I'm sure most people haven't noticed, but when you spent your whole life here, the difference is like night and day. Even so, no one will take me seriously when I bring it up, all because of my age. Got into a big fight with father because of it. The Labyrinthos is in danger. Who knows what would happen if the artificial sun broke? That's why I can't go home just yet. I need to get to the bottom of this first. Although I'm scared to venture outside on my own, they say there's countless monsters out there. I don't suppose you could come with me? I could pay you. You don't need to pay me. You're just a kid. I thought you were different from the rest, but now you're treating me like a child, too. This is a proper deal, alright? You've got to take my money to make it binding. Fine, kiddo. Then it's settled. Thanks for the coffer. And the ether current. Alright. Verpelane is chuffed that you're helping him. I'm ready to go if you are. Oh, I suppose I should tell you a bit about the artificial sun. It's got an engine called a reactor that burns with fire ether. My theory is that the reactor has too much ether now, and that's what changed its color. Ergo, we should go to Phoibos. I know someone who works there helping to control the artificial sun, and I'll have us have a look around. It's in the medial circuit, so we should go ahead to Logisticon Alpha first. Are you... Oh, I was about to say. I didn't even notice that he had a side quest. All the way out here. 700 and something yalms to the west. That's too much work. I'm just gonna go this way. They don't usually let me into the medial circuit, but having you here changes everything. Alright, we're going in. Hello again, Valpalain. You and your friend here are free to go through. Hello, Valpalain. You have my thanks. It's so tiresome having your freedoms limited because of your age. Anyway, let's make our way to Phoebos. What? What do you mean my mount didn't actually go? I hate it here. Psyche. I don't know what Phoebos means, or Numa. I feel like they're all aspects of the mind. You know? I think they all have to be. I'm guessing from Psyche and Numa. I'm not gonna get across this. I'm gonna have to go around. Luckily, teleporting back should be no problem. The way this person in my link shell called out my name and has said nothing this entire time. Literally, that's what that ding was in my chat earlier, was somebody in one of my link shells saying my name. In-game name, and I'm like, what do you want? He said we can go and have a look. Wait here, I'll let you know if I find anything. Well, he showed me the control panel, but there didn't seem to be anything wrong. The reactor's records didn't contain anything worth noting either. That's what you were worried about, huh? You do realize this place has been around as long as Labyrinthos and we've never had a single problem. Nor have we been able to confirm this change in the light's hue you speak of. Are you certain you didn't just stare at the sun too long? Leave the kid alone. They can talk down to me all they want, but I know what I saw. There's nothing wrong. If there's nothing wrong, then it simply seems the root of the problem lies elsewhere. Let's go. We go. Oh, we're not at the end yet. Thank you for sticking around. It's nice to be believed for once. Now it's clear that the problem doesn't lie here, so we should move on. Let's take a look at the supply route the fire aspect of Ether travels along from the elemental reactor to the artificial sun. I learned a while ago that the sun automatically goes into overdrive to maintain its brightness if it gets less fire ether than it needs. And that's what's happening. Then there must be a problem with the reactor's ether supply. To know for sure, we'll need to check the flow of ether to see if there are any spots where it's abnormally weak. To do that though, we'll need an etherometer. How about we go borrow one from Mariel Ergonomics? That way it won't be much out of our way. Do 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 do. No. Oh, fiery thirst. Ugh. What a silly quest name. What a weird quest name. Hello, Verpalain. See? I fed them a lie about helping with some research and they let me in a thermometer. Let's go and see if we can pick any abnormal readings. Just as I thought, the concentration of fire ether is too low. It seems to be weakest at an area south of here. You're wise beyond your years. Well, when you've got a father who's an expert on aetherology and a mother who's a mathematician, you learn a thing or two. What's more, I was born and raised here. It'd be embarrassing if I didn't know it better than anyone else. Now, let's get to the bottom of this. we go with Verpalane. I've identified the problem. There's an Anala here. They're normally only found near the elemental reactor. I can't say for sure if it came here on purpose or simply got lost, but either way, it's clearly been feeding on that fire-aspected ether. Most of the ether travels through the deep underground on its way from the reactor, but the supply route is close to the surface here. I imagine the Anala must be pretty powerful at this point if it's been here absorbing all that ether. No doubt that's the core of it. If I can just get my hands on that core, I think I can use it to convince the adults that I was right all along. Do you think you can slay it for me? It's a good thing I brought you along. As Mother says, I'm a reader, not a fighter. Alright, here we go. Come here. I'm not under attack. What? How did I stop casting? Bye. We did it. Alright, we have its core. Nicely done. Can you show me the core? It looks like Pentasolia's flame a little bit. So this is what an abundance of ether can do to their cores. It's massive. Father and the others will have no choice but to believe me when they see this. The final quest. Verpalane is ready to prove that he is in the right. Is that an elegant platinum? Oh no, it's silver. Come on, let's waste no time in showing this to Father. It's time he acknowledged that I'm right. So this is where you've been hiding. Father, fancy seeing you here. I was just about to come and tell you how I found the problem with the sun. Are you still harping on about that? You could have gotten yourself hurt pursuing this nonsense. And you, I told you to bring my son back to me and instead you go off gallivanting with him? He's right, you know. Fine, I shall hear what you have to say. Oh my, I've never seen a core like this in my life. I see no reason to doubt your suggestion that it was feeding on that fire-aspected ether. So you finally admit that I was right about the sun? Well, yes. However, that matters not now that I know how serious the situation is. What do you mean? Salix has already slain the Anala. Surely everything will go back to normal now. I'm afraid not. The artificial sun was under such strain for a prolonged immediate period of time, it could be on the verge of combusting by now. What? We'll need to cool it post-haste. Alas, this requires multiple soma cores. If the constructs can be found by Cole's Forge. We'll begin the process at Forbos. Find us there when you have the cores in hand. Okay? Do 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 do. So they want us to go to Cole's Forge? Yeah, all the way down here. 103 yalms to the southwest. The ether current should be over here. There it is. Yeah, it's right next to the objective. I have to do a little bit of jumping. Also, once I finish up the ether currents, I want to do the Labyrinthos sightseeing log sometime. I'll figure out when. Hello, Soma. This is where you get deleted by yours truly. Okay, these guys have too little HP to be using doses on. Alright, let's go. Deliver the Soma cores to Musafet. All the way back there. Oh, wherever this last ether current is, it's probably in the middle of this thing. I'll have a look at it in a second. I'm sure MSQ will take me over there. I still want to keep going with this side story. I don't like interrupting stuff. I don't know how much cutting I'm going to be doing in the final VOD of this video. Probably not much, to be honest. I don't think I'm going to have the energy to cut everything. I'll try to do my best. But yeah, usually I just like putting up the raw VOD onto YouTube. That's what I did during my New Game Plus marathon. To the medial circuit. Oh, Verpoline's mother's here too. I'm gonna G-pose with them all. C-pose. We're thinking. Hello? I hate this. Why are you not C-posing? And then get rid of the blur. We're gonna put on some actual lighting in this place so we can see everyone. And then, yeah, that works. Except this Lala is in the way. There, that's just gonna have to work. Alright, we're pondering. My son has told me all about how you helped him. It's a pleasure to make your acquaintance. You got the cores. Please pray give them to my father. Did you manage to procure the cores? Here you are. Oh, those look like, Louis' ice. Splendid. Let us make her, then let us save our son. Too bad it is still nighttime. It is still nighttime in Eorzea. It didn't work? Did it? Alright, I think we can finally relax. The artificial sun is stable once more. Clearly, we were also enveloped in our own research that we neglected to keep an eye on the system to allow us to live in here in the first place. I started to think what could have befallen us had you or my son not taken action. You have my thanks for saving us from disaster. Aww. And I owe you something else, my son. An apology. I was a fool to ignore your warning simply because of your age. It's fine, father. Really. In that case, might you be interested in helping find potential improvements for the systems that govern our son? Of course, I can think of several already. Oh, it's daytime! Hooray! Well, is it gonna show the sun now? That would be really cool. Really cool timing. Oh, I love that we helped 2 people. We helped Shaggles and this kid become just researchers here in freaking Labyrinthos. We'll visit you one more time. In Charlie and Hamlet, sure. 1KQ. Oh, reality, lucky you. 1KQ. That's a lot shorter than I thought it was. Thank God I can just teleport to Charlie and Hamlet. Okay, so we finished up Verpalane's side story, but now there's going to be one final Labyrinthos side story quest we have to do, and then we'll be done, and we can continue MSQ. Hello, Verpalane. Thank you. Here's your reward. It's my pocket money. An additional something for my parents. Yeah, my Q in Malboro was 2k and I didn't DC, which is really cool. I was so happy that you listened to me and decided to trust in my knowledge. I hope our paths cross again when I become a researcher of my own. Right. I'll be sure to make you proud. I really like this though. We helped 2 unlikely people. The little Shaggles and this kid. We helped them become researchers here in Labyrinthos. It's Shaggles and the kid. Verpalane has something to ask of you once more. Ooh, and I'm gonna want this dye. I think I'll take the wold blue dye. I think I have this. Yeah, I'm gonna take the wold blue when we get to it. Hello again. Thanks once more for your help in sorting out the sun. I've actually got something else to ask, if you're willing to hear me out. It concerns a friend of mine, a young troll that I found wandering around these parts recently. Obviously he's not capable of speech, but clearly he can understand me when I talk to him. You do believe me, right? That's Shaggles! What a peculiar name. Well, that makes explaining the situation much easier. I last saw him by Logisticon Alpha. Let's go and see if he's still there. Let's go look for little Shaggles. What am I gonna do? I think I'm gonna hit level 90 both on Black Mage and Sage. It was not my intention. But yeah, I still think they chose a really bad time to start playing this music. I really think they should have waited until a little bit later into the MSQ to start replacing the overworld music. This is my new friend. Look at Shaggles. I'm gonna sit. I don't even know how to pose because like Salix is so freaking tall and these people are so short. Like, should I even be sitting? I guess this pose works. Little Shaggles. Look at little Shaggles. Okay, let's fix the depth of field. There, much better. Look at little Shaggles! Grr, I've been searching all over for you, you know. Since we last met, I decided to use magics to improve my vocalization. To that, Grr, I have read my fair share of tomes on the subject. It seems you're kind of capable of making your vocal sounds vibrate thanks to your ability to breathe through your mouths. Alas, we trolls are incapable of doing so. However, I managed to adapt a wind aspect of the spell to enable me to communicate properly. Not that there's anything wrong with nasal gurrs, remind you. I'm not gifted enough to activate the spell on my own, so I set out in search of you once more. It was then that I bumped into this clever child. What happened to Noelitia? Oh, I'm gonna send a screenshot to Rascal again. Because Rascal is also a huge fan of Shaggles. He wouldn't have been my help, so I left without him. Clearly I made the right choice. While I might not be able to speak with this boy, he still managed to bring you to me. You understand what he's saying? Simply amazing. I knew he had some way of communicating. I gather he knows a thing or two about Ether as well. Would you mind telling him what I just told you, pretty girl? We need wind. Do you know anything about wind ether? So that's what he's been trying to tell me about. Of course, I'll do my best to help. The wind-aspected ether vented by the earthen reactor ought to help. If we fiddle with the reactor settings a bit, we should even be able to create our own blustery vortex of this stuff. That should be all you need to cast your spell. See, I've got an eye for people. Now take me to this reactor. Right this way. Oh lord, that reactor's so far away. Shoot. I'm just gonna teleport back, are you kidding me? That's such a long walk over to Aporia. I might as well pick up the teleporter for Aporia while I'm over there. Where is this thing? I should be able to see it. Oh, there it is. It was hidden. Anyway, I'm gonna go. And, yeah, bye. You have fun with that thing. Anyway, I'm also gonna pick up the Aetherite while I'm here. It literally is better to teleport from here to here than from here to here. I'll gladly take that Aetherite, thank you very much. There's a chocobo keep here of all places? Why? Anyway, I'll take this, thank you very much. We'll explore this place more later. Carl freaking tabbed out and it got AFK kicked because she tabbed out. Little shaggles. I'm gonna G-pose with them again. I just enjoy shaggles a lot. I'm gonna patch shaggles actually. We'll patch shaggles and make that as part of the G-pose. I'll make this work. Don't think I won't. I did it. I'll be back in a bit. I just need to go tinker with the reactor settings. I learned all about this when I was coming up with ways to better the systems from the artificial sun. And they're off. Look, I'm trying to help out a kid and a cute little troll figure out how to speak to each other. But yeah, this side story, I told Gid, and I made it very clear to everyone. I was like, I'm gonna do every single side story. Oops, I skipped over some things here. All done. I think our wind-aspected ether vortex should pop up somewhere to the west. Keep your wits about you. There's every chance the high concentration of ether will attract fiends. We don't have the means of protecting ourselves, so we'll need your help. Let us know when you're ready. But yeah, hey, the game made me have to twiddle my thumbs in order to progress the main story with the rabbits. Well, guess what? I'm gonna twiddle my own thumbs doing side quests. We don't have any means of protecting ourselves, so we'll need your help. We'll speak with Shackles and have him accompany you? Little Shackles. Oh, the kids are oh, these two are accompanying me, huh? Let's G-pose in front of this thing. I think I'm supposed to go thick as Thieves. That's where Alice is. We'll G-pose in front of this. Dude. Yeah, we'll G-pose over here. Good idea. Look at little Shackles. Once I'm able to talk, I'm going to have so many things to complain about to Noelitia. What should I ask? Should I ask Shadows first once he's able to walk? But yeah, I feel like a lot of people are going to complain about that bunny segment. I still don't know how to feel about the Alice segment coming up here. I'm kind of worried that even the Alice segment's not going to be good. Shackles, please. There we go. We G-pose. And Isail, I'm sorry, but you're gonna have to get booted from this shot. Oh my gosh, I hate... Why does Z-pose not overwrite this stuff? Why? Why? I have to redo this time and time again. Alright, get rid of... Player's minion. Alright, I did it. Except I'm hoping I won't lose the kid in Shackles on the way. Alright, so we're supposed to go this way? Head to the wind aspected ether current while accompanied by Shackles with Verpalane, and then speak with Shackles. Do I have to climb up something? Oh my god, I'm gonna have to climb up this... Oh, I think there's a way up this side. I'm gonna try this side. There seems to be no way of getting up there besides around this way. I would use a mount, but these guys are in... Is that an S rank? Holy cow, look at the size of that thing. I think that's either an A rank or an S rank. What's... Oh. Earth aspected. Wind aspected. Holy cow, that thing is horrifying. It changed color too. Okay, hopefully I don't pull this mob. I cannot wait to start doing hunt trains and fight these things. It's gonna be so cool. Is there really no other way up here? I really think this was the only way to get up here. You know, this was probably where they should have put an ether current. All the way the frick up here. They just kind of do their hunt trains randomly. So this is it, huh? Let me give it a go then. And with queue times being so bad, you really don't want to be going to other servers for hunt trains right now, with queue times being so bad. So you just really have to just really see if how Brynhilder hunt trains are. Malboro, I'm just very happy that Malboros are very scheduled. I would not be able to put up with hunt trains that are just randomly like, oh, we're gonna have a hunt now. Like, for example, if I'm in a dungeon and I'm like, oh, I could have done the hunt train instead type of deal, you know? Can you hear me? Shackles can talk. Brilliant, I can finally talk. How wonderful, there's so much I want to talk to you about. Oh, Father, what brings you here? Well, if it isn't my favorite buffoon, how do you know I be here? You can speak? Oh, even your voice is adorable. It's a great pleasure to meet you again. I was just looking for my boy. I have something of great importance to impart to him. It's a pleasure for me as well. I'd been wanting to speak with Shaggles myself, and now he can reply. In that case, why don't you all join me in Charlie and Hamlet? There's someone I'd like you to meet. Two unlikely researchers in Labyrinthos becoming such good friends. Aww. And I believe that is the end of the Labyrinthos side story, which means we can finally get back to MSQ after, you know, an hour. This is my last chance to G-pose. Oh, this is gonna, yeah, this is my literally only chance to G-pose with them all. The Labyrinthos researchers. There we go. Isael was looking this way finally. So that's what the troll and the boy I've heard so much about. Thank you so much for always looking after our son. Aw. Sounds like you've helped my son yet again. You have my thanks. Here I am, finally able to talk, and people instantly decide they have more important things to share. Grr. It's lovely that Shaggles can talk, but I do wish he'd stop mocking me. Sorry, Catboy. It's just the way the cookie crumbles. Sorry, I'm reading my Discord DMs for a moment. One moment. Okay. So, what's all this about? Alas, 'tis not me for to explain. We have someone here from the studium who will do the honors instead. That would be me. A pleasure to make your acquaintance. I come bearing a message for you two from the Scholarch himself. You mean myself and Verpalain? The girl's not even phased. Correct. Master Verpalain and Master Shaggles, was it? Would you two percent be interested in pursuing an education at the studium? Just like Alice and Alfino. Word of your recent accomplishments has reached us, and we are all most impressed by your abilities. It would be our honor to welcome you to our institution and help nurture your talents while providing you with ample opportunities to learn. I can hardly believe my ears, but I'm about to not turn down the chance of a lifetime. Of course I'll enroll. What does the kid have to say? Oh, the kid's never been outside of Labyrinthos, has he? What's the matter, Verpalain? You're more than proved yourself ready to face greater intellectual challenges, to leave Labyrinthos and expand your horizons. It's just that Labyrinthos is all I've ever known. How can I be sure I'll succeed out there? I know a pair that entered the studium at 11. They entered it at 11. Thank you for trying to reassure me. Only I will know anyone there and... Grr, what are you talking about? You know me, don't you? Aw. I'm gonna screenshot that moment. Don't tell me you plan to spend your whole life in this fishbowl. There's a whole world out there to explore. Says the troll who's never left Labyrinthos either. Silence, buffoon. Cat boy. Alright, you convinced me. I'll go. Splendid. Now there are just a few sheaves of paperwork to take care of, so I need to borrow your guardians for a bit. The Catboy's Shackles' guardian? That's really funny. None of this would have happened if we hadn't met, would it? I would never have gotten this opportunity or made such a wonderful new friend without you. Thank you. I really mean it. Farewell. And they're off to the studio. I don't think I'll ever really see them again. Maybe one day. And that is it. Bye-bye now. That is the end of the researcher side story in Labyrinthos. Alright, let me add this die to my inventory. Add to saddlebag. And now back to the main story. I'm still gonna be streaming for quite a bit longer tonight. Today's gonna be a longer stream. But yeah, I'm trying to see if I can hit level 89 MSQ. But I believe we're done with the ether currents now also. Yeah, we still have a green one left. I thought I got them all. Did I never get the one from over here? Oh my god. You know what, when we go to Aporia, I'll handle it when we get to Aporia. Hello, Alice. I was busy helping a kid and a little troll. Alex, what are you doing out here? No, I don't mind if you help with the boxes, but it's far from the most exciting of tasks, are you sure? Well, I appreciate the assistance. We need to get these to Aporia. Time is short, of course, but they're full of organic specimens and samples, so try not to be too rough with them. Alfino should be waiting for us when we arrive. I'll see you there. You have 3 minutes? What? Oh my god. Okay, we need to get this to Aporia. We can do this. 3 minutes. Please, nothing will ever be worse than helping out the freaking sylphs in A Realm Reborn. That was probably one of the most time-crunch Beast Tribe missions I've ever had to do. It was such a pain in the rear. We'll make it to Alfino, right? The only thing that could make this worse with Alice, this segment with Alice is fine. The only thing that could make it worse is if we had to walk back to her. Then that would just be pushing Yoko Taro near Sidequest style. Hello, Alfino. Oh, you're helping with the crates. Wonderful. You can put that there with the others. You have my gratitude, but how did you come to be involved in this? Then I suppose I have to thank Thancred as well. Yeah, he told me to do fetch quests this entire time. If you're wondering why we were tasked with bringing these boxes to Aporia to begin with, so was I. Turns out this is the base of operations of sorts. Those with final say as to what is included in the ship's manifest can be found here. Father included, I suspect. That should be everything. You carried all of that at once. Are you trying to injure yourself? Oh, hush. They're lighter than they look, and not everyone has your delicate arms. I suppose we should let someone know that we finished. The old paladin is in the courtyard. We can report to him. Why don't you come along? You could get credit for your assistant at least. Considering where we are, we might even learn something interesting. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Thank goodness I haven't been doing fates. Because if I was doing fates down here, I would be infuriated. But yeah, this is probably the worst area to try to do fates in. This and Thavnair to try to do without flying. This must be Theopaldin. I keep thinking that I've seen him elsewhere, but I cannot for the life remember when. Who are you? Why do you have basic man hair? Gods, it never ends, does it? What can I do for you? We brought samples from Charlie and Hamlet, Series 110? The crates are by the entrance. Thank you. I had expected one of my colleagues, but we are dreadfully short-handed. Just a moment. You are Fortuno's children, are you not? Alfino and Alice at your service. You're well acquainted with my father, I take it? Quite. I've been friends with your parents since our days at the studium. I remember when you were yay high, waddling hither and thither. Clearly it's been some time since we met. It's good to see you again. Wielding your father's knowledge, no less. You knew our parents when they were young? What were they like? Pray spare no detail. I should nothing more than to regale you. Alas, I am meant to be in charge in here, and the reams of paperwork want for submission. We can deal with that, in exchange for the sort of stories our parents would never willingly divulge, of course. Very well then. There happen to be 3 sets of documents that need a delivery, so how about you take each one? Oh, we're doing another fetch quest. Wait, they're right there. Alright. Oh, how did I interrupt that? I interrupted it with going into the menu. You will find a foreign representative willing to collect these near the southernmost structure. Hope I haven't kept her waiting too long. It's literally taken me 4 hours to get through the second half of Labyrinthos. I am embarrassed. Where is this lady? Are you not one of the scions of the Seventh Dawn? I thought you were meant to be working on the ether burner. I thought I was too. Theopaldin's paperwork. I was beginning to worry he had placed his quill. I appreciate your help in seeing these documents to my hands at least. As for your other task, pray keep this between us, but I hope you scions succeed. The Exodus is without a doubt the most monumental undertaking in the history of the Forum. And so, we must be circumspect in all aspects. Risk is a privilege we cannot afford to ourselves. At its heart, however, Charlian has ever been a nation of the curious. It would be a tragedy indeed if we were the ones to stymie your pursuit of truth. I'm glad she was honest with us. 344 Yalm Southeast. I hope MSQ should take us over here, right? It should. I hope anyway. Quick and efficient. I dare say you have a talent for this work. The twins' papers only needing to be delivered elsewhere in the facility, so they should be returning at any moment. Let this be voiced, please. Please. It's not voiced, is it? We return, with not a scrap of paperwork remaining on our persons. You note? You both have my thanks, and my apologies for sending you on an errand far below your ambitions. Why, even as a babe, you struggled out of your swaddling clothes and... That is quite enough of that, thank you. It was compromising stories of our parents that we'd like to hear. To reiterate. The Ellison laugh. Of course, of course. I've known your father for so long. I must have something. Well, as you know, part of why the Levier name garners such respect in Charlene is your family's storied history. You too can trace your ancestry directly to those who came aboard Nyunk Krep's Hope, a lineage few can claim. I never thought much of it myself. It was not as though our forebears founded our nation. They were simply there when it happened. Nevertheless, it has traditionally been a point of pride. 'Tis why young Krebs' renouncement, renounce the ways of war, and pursue enlightenment through knowledge and reason, has ever been our family's creed. Until your grandfather's time, Archon Louisois looked not to young Krebs' words, but his deeds, he asserted, in defiance of his peers, that choosing to save the great and the small from the rising tides was the true mark of our founder's virtue. Perhaps it was his expertise, his knowledge of ancient prophecy, and the fall of civilizations that led him to conclude that to eschew the conflict at every turn was to consign man to his doom. There will ever be conflict, and calamity will follow. Thus, to ignore the plight of those one might inconceivably save is not wisdom, it is indolence. You remember his words well indeed. Archon Louisois lived by that personal creed, and used every means at his disposal to bring succor to those in need, Charlian or no. No one loved and admired your grandfather more than his son. Yet Fortuno could not reconcile Louisois' deed with the philosophy of their forebears and his peers, a philosophy in which he believed so fervently, and made a pariah of his father. Fortuno agonized over this contradiction for much of his life. God's father. A son may carry his father's blood, but his choices are his own to bear. Is it not always thus? God's no Fortuno's the cranky old goat, so I'm sure you butt heads often enough. Yet even so, you must know that you are constantly in his thoughts, every moment of every day, and that is not an exaggeration of the slightest. You should have seen him when you were born. Barely recognizable he was, with a kind of dumbfounded grin I'd not seen since he first took a fancy to your mother. He was practically skipping when he told me the news. Take my word for it, he loves you to an embarrassing degree. But he is also frustratingly single-minded. Once he's decided that given action is for the best, he will stay the course no matter who or what opposes him. A profoundly annoying habit when you're on the other side of it, as I'm sure you will agree. I'll say, thanks for your insight. When we next meet our parents, I shall mention that we spoke. Try not to get me into much trouble now. I need the forum on my side. Speaking of which, I ought to be getting back to work. I have to make sure those specimens you brought make it to their proper places, or the cranky old goat will have my hide. We can speak again later. Oh! We made it. Phew! These non-voice acted cutscenes are killing me here. Hail, you three. Yes, Graha? Graha, surely Kokol hasn't driven you out of the forge already. For better or for worse, no. However, he has set me on a task that requires more than my single pair of hands, and here you are. I could at least use one of you, but I won't object to more. Unfortunately, Alice and I have prior commitments, and we have delayed too long as it is. What about you, Salix? Can you spare the time? Believe me, I have too much time. Perfect, this shouldn't take long. It's strange to hear father spoken of in such a way, but I suppose he would find your view of me no less odd. Much as I'd like to press Theod Paulin for more revealing tidbits, we should really be getting back to our tasks. And unspecified tasks await you. In the event that our, and I quote, promised heap of adamantite falls right out of the bloody sky and into my lap, Master Kokol wishes to be ready to put the proverbial hammer to the anvil at a moment's notice. To fabricate these parts, however, he needs the flames of Kokol's forge to burn hotter. He sent me to increase the amount of ether being funneled through his furnaces. The flow of fire-aspected ether in Labyrinthos is regulated by an elemental reactor south of here, to which I have borrowed the key. The adjustment will require 2 people to carry out safely, but I can explain the process when we arrive. This is where we all part then. We'll see you in Charlian once the adamantite arrives, if not before. This way then. What shirt is this? Halaka vest of healing. I want the healing top. Speak with Graha. Perfect, right where we need to get our ether current. Perfect. See, things work out just so wonderfully. You know what I just realized? This doesn't even have an ether current on it, so, yeah, we're gonna be stuck doing this quest for a long while. We're still not... The end of Labyrinthos is not in sight. 123 Yalm southeast, so over here, right? There's that sucker! Come here! Did they really make us do a circle also for MSQ around here? They literally made us went in a circle. They're literally gonna make us go in a circle. Wow. Not unlike how they made us win in a circle on the moon. Well, Graha, what do you have to say for yourself? The reactor is housed within this facility. I'll be the one to go inside and adjust the fire ether output. When I do, a rather large amount of ether, water aspected ether will issue from the vents at the top. I expect this to attract at least a few elementals, which we would both rather not be drawn into the reactor itself. Trust me. Oh, believe me, I already know what the creatures can do to these reactors. We don't want that to happen. Can I ask you to put down any that draw too near? It'll pose you a little trouble, I'm sure. No problem. Wait here if you would. Alright, let's do this. There's a cutscene here too. Bunny girl. What? There's two of them. There's more. Come here. I like their name, Appa. Bye-bye now. Did we do it? Scene. I'll wait over here. Scene. Is this voiced? It's not voiced, is it? Yep. Did everything go smoothly out here? I thought as much. No major complication to speak inside either. And the water ether appears to be venting properly. I expect Kokol will have seen a difference in his forge flames by the time I return. Since I have you, there was another matter I thought to discuss. Nothing terribly important, merely something I've been considering. Part of this I shared with everyone, yet you, and only you, have been to Elpis. As we have established, refined adamantite is a product of a lag, of the Empire's twilight years in fact. It was a material which saw much use as a part of Allegan's efforts to extend beyond the bounds of this world, Dalamud, of course, being the most prominent. Of those who would push further, expand Allag's empire to encompass the heavens and stars above, perhaps the greatest was its infamous technologist, Amon. So what are you trying to say? Did he remember his life as Hermes? I believe he had his own reasons. There is no evidence to suggest that he retained memories of his former life. He only joined the Asians once the Empire was all but dust, as you know. If not of his memory, though, what drove him to pursue the idea with such fervor? This may seem far-fetched, but what if souls like mine have a personality, so to speak, a natural disposition towards which they are inclined? Are you trying to say that like with me and Azem? We know with relative certainty that it was a gross decadence and inexorable decline of a lag that moved Amon to resurrect Emperor Zand. The Empire's people spoke lightly of death and destruction, experimenting on those they deemed beneath them to fill the emptiness in their hearts. In facilitating Zand's return, Amon provided these languid souls with the means to free themselves from the mire of their indolence. Or would have, had not Zande been convinced of his own death that life itself was meaningless. Amon's desire for his countrymen to conquer the heavens could only be a means to the same end, to instill the people with a new purpose. Like Hermes before him, Amon was appalled by how those around him lived, but could never bring himself to believe that those lives were devoid of meaning, and both of them sought that meaning, that hope, in the distant stars. Such is my theory, anyway. And ultimately, it is the consequences of their actions which matter. Their motives are of no moment, and yet, to reach those stars on wings of adamantite, to travel to the ends of creation and beyond, the promise of hope everlasting, that much I do understand. But enough musing for now. Why don't we see how Kokol is getting on? Finally, we might be on the final quest to Labyrinthos now, since we made a full lap around the map. Graha? I did thoroughly brief Kokol on refined adamantite's history. I only volunteered to go to the reactor because I was finished and there was little else to do. Hopefully that dispels any misapprehensions that I was kicked out for prattling on. I can feel those flames ablazing from here. Glad you found someone capable, Graha, but there's not much left for you lot to do, unless you can conjure up the refined adamantite any faster. The final one! Gamers, we're getting out of Labyrinthos! It only took me 4 hours. I do trust you to deliver on your promise, I do. Only, I hate waiting. I want that adamantite and I want it now. We are sharing your impatience, I assure you. Is there truly nothing else we can assist with in the meantime? I say as I'm adjusting my chair. I wish. This sitting about's unbearable. Pity the forum frowns on recreational explosions. Well, so long as they can't prove it was premeditated, get you gone. I've got mistakes to make. In that case, I suppose I should go and return the key to the reactor. I'll have one more look to make sure that nothing has gone wrong, unintentionally or otherwise. I'm certain there are better uses for your time, however. I shall join you in Charlie and Hamlet anon. I'm so happy to be almost to the end. Something tells me we're going to be hitting level 89 MSQ very, very soon. And if we're hitting level 89 MSQ, that means a dungeon. And also, a trial. If you wait here, your companions are bound up to turn up sooner or later. I have a feeling we have a long cutscene up ahead, which Square Enix, if you want to do me and my voice a favor, you should have it voice acted, please. Love that they switched it to daytime.
All set, I take it?
Yep, I'm all set.
We finished what we could. Delivered supplies, tracked down escaped animals. Trivial tasks as they may be.
Cool.
That's enough, don't you think? If there was anything more important still undone, that would be a problem in itself.
Yeah.
The vessel is essentially ready for departure. All that remains is to load the final batch of supplies and see everyone on board. Once we've readied the ether burner, that is.
I just hope they actually make it.
Ah, had a feeling we might find you all here.
Our consultations with the Labyrinthos, too, have run their course. Pleased I am to say that our researchers' concerns have, for the most part, been allayed. though some insist on making adjustments to the very end.
The very end.
For their part, Livingway and her peers have graciously offered to stay and keep the people company, lest any lingering queries go unanswered.
All that remains is to wait for the refined adamantite.
Alphino, are you there? It's me, Cryle.
Cryle?
Your special delivery has arrived. Round up everyone
Your special
and come to the harbor at
delivery?
once.
Is it a delivery from Eureka?
Speak of the devil. Let us go at once.
Let us go at once. Where are we? What is this place?
Forgive the intrusion, Master Fortuner. I bring urgent news. A great commotion has broken out in Scholar's Harbor. Your presence is requested
no.
with all speed.
Has the final days arrived here too? Already? Why is everyone here?
Where might this delivery be? Oh.
Huh? Well, it's not the final days quite yet, but who are all these people? What is all this? The Cryle summon literally... It's the... Wait, that's from the Alliance
I'm sure
raids.
it's very important, but we cannot accept these without the proper permits.
Nah, we're coming
Why
in.
the 12?
But yeah, that
Surely
was...
These
That
can't
was
all
from
be-
Evilise. That's the airship. Oh, and them too? Wow.
Bleeding hellfire!
From the
They're
sea
bringing
and
them by sea
air.
and by air. All these folks in these crates.
Wow. Even Evilise and the Shadows of
And we're
Mach?
on the way. Got your adamantite right here. A bigger haul than
That
any
was
of
such a
these
surprise to
sorry
see even
bastards
them
brought,
out
and that's
here.
no lie.
I wonder if Alma and Ramza are
because
thinking
you
about
were
us
charged
then.
with seeing the shipments from Gridania and Uldar here, along with your own. Give credit where credit is due.
Monoline. Shut off.
Sounds like the sorry wind.
No, not these two. Here they
An
go.
hypocrite to boot. Ain't no way a scrawny
was
whelp
really
like you took
cool.
a dozen steps inside a Dalamant shard.
I don't know if I missed something, but all I saw was just Ivilis.
You know, I went all the
All I
way
saw
to
was
the
Ivilis and the
entrance.
Shadows of Mach
Furthermore,
guy.
it was my contact
The Sky
that enabled
Pirates
us to
and
enlist the
Ivilis, that's all I saw. I
cooperation
didn't know
of
if there,
the
were
Sky
any, there was
Pirates.
anyone else out there I missed.
Left you outside so you wouldn't get anyone killed.
I think
did
Sid's
they?
airship was
well
up there.
then,
It looked
credit
like
where
Sid's
credit's
airship.
due, you did a right fine job sitting on your ass.
Oh god.
Take that back.
I see these two are the commotion. Literally these two are enough to cause a commotion for the whole city.
What a
Sotoban.
grand welcome party.
Hi Sotoban.
Hancock and Soroban. We come bearing relics, both
Yeah, literally
sacred
it's
and
the
elegant,
Ivalish airship.
as well as a few other gifts that may be of
Both
help.
sacred and
to be
elegant
presented
from the
with
Four
best wishes from
Lords.
the Eastern Alliance.
From the Beast Tribes and the Four Lords.
Our friends in Bosnia, for instance,
Our
have sent along
Bosnia.
a few artifacts for the brave
Wait, is
allies
Save
of
the Queen out
Resistance.
here?
That's
Is-
new.
Is Save the Queen here?
And we brought a number of items from Eureka as well.
And from
Courtesy
Eureka.
of one Ejika Sunjika.
From Ejika
Says a little
Sunjika.
advance warning would have been appreciated by the by.
Is it from the Baldessian
I
Arsenal?
myself have come with a sacred relic of Rayson Temple. 'Twas passing fortunate
Literally, it's
that
from all the
Senri's dangle
Stormblood side
craving brought us
content
to
and
Kugane.
Bosnia too.
We arrived precisely as Hancock was
Literally, the
making
only thing
his
is missing is I don't think there's there's literally
Upon
from
learning of your need,
Yeah,
we made
it's from the
haste
Four
back to
Lords.
Hell's Lid with our
With our
dangle
dangle.
and consulted with the other auspices. All consented to the
Crimson
lending of Tenzin's
Sword.
legendary Phoenix Blade for this
Ah.
noble cause.
I'm so glad I did everything.
Suzaku and Seiryu
my
were nevertheless
God.
worried that it might be lost in transit, however, and
I'm
insisted
really glad
upon
I did
accompanying me to
everything.
Onokoro, where I had intended to entrust it to our Confederate allies. I thought instead to give it over to Hancock when we chanced to cross paths yet again. But alas, Seiryu remained ill at ease, and ordered me see the blade into your hands personally,
Seiryu.
or die trying.
Well, I could totally believe Seiryu to say that.
We did, of course, need quite the impressive
Yeah,
vessel
and I
to
guess
get it all
Ramza
here
and
in time.
Alma, they were willing to help us.
Fortunately, our majestic associates have been more than helpful. 'Tis an honor to join the Warrior of Light on another adventure, they tell
Literally
me.
everything. The only thing you missed, yeah, it was just Ejika. I think Ejika literally got all the weapons from the Baldessian arsenal out
It's
here
all
to help
wonderful
us
to
too,
hear, but
which
what's the extraordinary cost?
are some of the most dangerous
I shudder
weapons
to
in the
think of
world.
ransom we must pay for such a bounty.
And Bosnia too. I think they got Save the Queen to come here.
Fret not for your coin purse, young Alphino.
I'm so glad I did literally everything. I did literally everything but the job
future.
quests.
And thus, the East Aldenard Trading Company went to some lengths to reduce the financial liability. And since the Scions funded the entire venture, not a gill need be rendered up in compensation. Everything is already yours.
We funded the venture. When?
When? Alfino's mom? No,
Don't let the
no.
name
I was like,
fool you.
Alfino's mom,
This
no.
coin keeper knows a thing
This
or two
coin
about
keeper?
spending.
Tataru the scammer.
When it comes to capital investiture, a sprinkling of gil here and there will not do. You need enough savings to make waves when it really counts, which is why frugality is paramount. We also had the benefit of a generous patron. Generous being rather an understatement. She has supported us from the shadows since the very founding of the Scions. We even had coffers to fill.
Oh, the... Yep, I knew it. I knew it. These two have been manipulating the money this entire time. This entire time.
I remain, of course, an entirely neutral party. I simply thought our family's coffers were
We're
needlessly
needlessly full. I like the way she thinks.
We can hardly take them with us on your
She's
teeny
doing what
tiny
I do
toy
all the
boat,
time,
now
the
can
finger
we?
thing.
And would be a shame to leave all that hard-earned wealth unspent.
It would be a shame now, wouldn't it?
Waste not.
Waste not. These two are scammers. Wow, both of them. And Fortuna was just so exasperated. Well, as to think all of this payoff.
However did you manage so much in so short a time then?
Hey, I did not
Expected
suffer
work to reach only a
through
fraction
years of side content.
Did I not tell you
Eureka,
I have
Bosja,
my ways?
met so many people to not have this moment.
Erenville. You were involved
Erenville.
too.
I received a letter from Cryo after we parted ways in Labyrinthos. She explained what the Scions were trying to accomplish, and why you might soon require the services of the Gleaners, spread across the world as we are.
So she had the Gleaner spread the word.
I pray you do not interpret this as a betrayal of Charlia.
Oh my
I accept
god.
that the Forum's aim in pushing us to our limits was to preserve what knowledge we have, and I bear you no ill will for it. Yet, in collecting that knowledge, what I came to appreciate most about our star is that there remains so much we do not know. That is why I chose to help the Scions, to combat the obliteration of those countless undiscovered wonders. I held no illusions that they would be less demanding taskmasters, though, rest assured, if I had, I would have been sorely disappointed.
I
make a
love
long
that they
story
talk
short,
about Ejika so
whole
much
of
in the
the guild
MSQ.
should
Well,
cooperate
not that
to
much.
ensure your
But
call was heard
Ejika doesn't
far and
actually show
wide.
his face himself. It's so funny.
What's this about a ship that can fly to the moon? And why didn't you mention it sooner?
And Nidhana and
One time you
Nero.
don't beg my aid.
And the
The problem's a bloody
OMG.
ship that can fly to the moon.
Y'all got a boat.
Sid, you brought the team.
So is Sid assisting with the flights?
Of course. Garland Ironworks fights.
Didn't I just talk about
You need
this 2
only
hours ago? I
point us
was like,
towards my
why
new
can't we get
favorite
Sid?
ship. Oh, I nearly forgot. We stopped by Whirlid before
Oh, and
coming here and
Whirlid
picked
too.
up
A package from Gaius.
He's
Aw.
still of the mind that actions make for better penance than words, contrite or otherwise. So we offer none of the latter. What he sent is an Allegan relic Valens used in his weapons experiments.
Oh my
There's a fair
god.
bit of refined adamantite.
All this adamantite. From all this side content I did.
As you like us not suspect, we've also brought adamantite for Mordona's Dalamud shard.
From coils.
I admit to some consternation upon first receiving Kryl's message. So few scions remain at the Rising Stones now. Far too few for such an expedition.
The only thing that has been left to
However,
talk about is the Warring Triad, by the way. I think that's the only piece of side content we haven't tackled, is the Warring Triad.
I know. How the Gobbyflock fought. Slowfix's gratitude for the safe
Even
return of his
Alexander
daughter
has been
has
talked
not
about.
waned, and he
Slowfix.
gathered his kin to our side with an
Even Slowfix has been talked
quickness.
about.
The clash between their machina and the Allegan defences was a sight to behold. I wager even you would have been impressed by the magnitude of the gobby booms.
I totally forgot about Alexander, but yeah, I think that's the only piece of side content that hasn't been referenced at all this entire time.
Fascinating as
Makes me
all this
wonder.
is, I fail to see how it explains your presence here. Does Razat Han not have more pressing concerns?
Well, Nidhana's here. I assume she has something to tell us.
We do. Yet averting the final days would be the most expedient solution. That, and I am indebted to you. Though they chose to take their leave of Thavnair, those you saved in Galimund remain my people. My gratitude is beyond words.
Oh my gosh.
'Tis appropriate.
It's so
that
weird to
I
hear
aid you
Vashan
in
talk like
kind.
this.
If in the doing we bring salvation to others of this star, so much the better. You will recall that I spoke of my father, Midgard Summer, and his journey across the great expanse. As he traveled betwixt the stars, his resplendent scales drank of the ether in those nigh empty surrounds, and imparted to him the strength to persevere.
Yeah, that's Midgard Sommer. And what
Thinking
else about
they
it?
might further your cause, I called out to my kin for consent. Ashdaya's answer was silence, as ever. Tiamat and Chrisvelgre, however, responded faithfully.
I think that's the
to
only one
suggestion.
from the first brood we haven't heard much
My
from,
sire,
huh?
too, stirred from his slumber
Is
long
the
enough
ha-
to speak and say, "Very well. Thus have I brought you his own worm scales. Fit them to your purpose.
Worm scales?
And seek a worthier fate for us all."
You'd be
Midgard
hard-pressed to
Sommer
find
is-
someone
yeah.
else so familiar with the unique
Midgard
properties
Sommer
of
is
dragon scales.
knocked out.
So I invited myself along.
Oh no. I invited myself along. I love that the theme of Final Fantasy is playing in the background, by the way.
So unbelievable, I've gone right back round to believing it again.
It's moments like these that feel the most Final Fantasy.
With all these goodies, we could get 7, no, 10, no.
I see what he did there. 14 bleeding percent.
Think of how far we could go! What we could do with that much power! What we could blow up!
If Kokol is duly convinced, then it must be true. In which case, the Scion's end of the bargain has been fulfilled.
We're gonna speak to Hydaelyn? We're gonna actually talk to her. But where? We've already explored everywhere. Where could she be? I thought she was gonna be down in Labyrinthos.
Yes, Father?
Wait, there's one part we haven't explored.
I know not what you seek of Hydaelyn, nor for what purpose you would take command of our ship. Yet this much is certain. To do so will be to dictate the fate of this star and the lives upon it.
The entire world.
The lives of each and every creature, in their magnitude and their fragility.
Imagine if it was a Lalafell in that moment.
Do you understand? And are you prepared?
We have seen and we have felt how much each life shapes this world. And so we are determined to abandon none. We understand what is at stake, and we are prepared to bear this burden.
Oh my god.
Then I will bear it with you.
Aw.
I beg you, share your struggles with me. As family.
Yeah, Louis Swad did the exact same thing in Coils. He did.
You grasped my fingers with such tiny hands the day you were born. I thought my heart might burst.
I'm really glad I did Coils before this, actually.
Expression. Overwhelming. And a conviction so powerful that I trembled with something close to rage. I had heard the final days foretold. I swore to myself then and there that I would not let them steal your futures.
But they're the ones who will defend their own futures. Oh.
The great exodus would succeed. Must succeed. No sacrifice or sin was worse than the alternative.
Is he trying to say that he's sacrificing the ship?
Anything gave me pause. 'Twas mine own father.
Mine own father.
The Archon Louisois openly decried Charlian's policies. A perspective which I regarded with increasing disdain as I grew older. Yet even as part of me thought him a fool. Perhaps I also hoped that he, of all people, would devise a brilliant means to save my children. A naive hope.
Yeah, but before Louisois could even do anything, he freaking had to save the world from the 7th Umbral Calamity.
No, that was his doing.
Yeah.
When he perished at Cartano.
It was his
As we
doing.
pulled that twisted slab of Dalamud from the sea, I remembered the warmth of your newborn touch. Chastened, I vowed never again to suffer any interference in my mission to protect you.
Oh my gosh.
No matter that you yourselves wished otherwise.
What does he mean, a twisted slab of Dalamud
Test
from
me,
the sea?
Fight me tooth and nail. I would suffer it, and more. And be satisfied so long as I could force you onto the ship. I was wrong. You two have grown so much stronger and so much wiser than I dared dream. You have earned the right to walk your own path, and already begun to do so.
Walk free.
Good. Because there are things we care about, and people we love, and none of them is replaceable. Not a one.
Not a one.
It cannot have been an easy journey for you to have come so far.
We shall be glad to acquaint you with the finer details someday, once this danger has passed. All that we have seen and heard, that we have felt and learned in our travels. Ours is not a kind world, but it is beautiful. Always.
Oh no. Are you quite sure that's wise? After all, someone turns pale and flees the room when he sees so much as an envelope containing word of your adventures.
Flees the room? Does he get nervous to find out what they've been up to?
Whatever will happen if he learns what you were really up to.
Millions.
So he never really knew what they were doing. He was too scared to find out all the dangers they were up to.
Though I have wronged my children most gravely, I owe you an apology as well.
I mean, of course he never was Trash Father. I never called him Trash Father ever myself. I just said that he was doing stuff badly. That he was bad.
Yours, in particular.
Not particularly bad father. I could sense that he was doing something for everyone's sake. It only made sense, considering he's Louis' son.
In which case, I hope you continue to guide them.
If we've finished loitering about the harbor, might I suggest we put our plans into motion?
Yeah.
People are beginning to
also, we have a Lala complaining about everything coming in. We should just take her
you can
stuff.
spare a few words ere they resume the tedious lugging of cargo.
You want me to
You've
give
no
a
small number of
speech?
friends and admirers here, after all.
You want me to give a speech here? What am I supposed to say? Oh, Lord. What do you want me to say? Lend us your strength. It's literally everyone. Literally everyone.
Your assistance is appreciated. Now, in an orderly fashion, if you please.
Oh Lord, we're still on level 88 MSQ. My throat hurts from directing so many people to Labyrinthos, but that only proves that we got our money's worth. I apologize for not informing you earlier of Ehrenvel's involvement. He was something of a contingency plan. Thank goodness we had him and his fellow gleaners to hand, though. It would have been demonstrously difficult to locate Sid and transport the Hanish delegation here otherwise. I don't think there's anyone else here to talk to, is there? The airship is gone. I was kind of hoping you could still see it in the sky. Nope, it sure is gone. The goblins are here though. Those berries are the most... The Limsa ship is here. I kind of want to see if there's anything else. I don't think there's anything else besides the goblins. Worldly affairs. Alright, who else am I missing? Alice, I think I only talked to Cryo, right? I had no idea how massive a weight it was until he lifted it off my shoulders, but more importantly, his words were an affirmation that the path we walk is the right one. A part of me might have been satisfied so long as my family and friends survived the final days, but to save the star is all what we all want the most. And if those same people believe that I can help see it done, who am I to say otherwise? Come what may, I will fight for this world of ours until the very end. I cannot wait to see what our friends from the Ironworks do with the ship. If I ever see another crate again, it will be too soon. Unaided, we scions could never have gathered such a bounty. Refined adamantite, relics sacred and ancient alike. I find myself quite overcome. Lise sent a letter along with Gridania's contribution. It seems she traveled there to aid in their adamantite recovery. Evidently, journeying to Gridania was quite the trial, as was getting into the Dalamut shard, as was reaching its depths. I suspect she will have a few kind words to say about the Alligans when next we meet. She needs to have a conversation with your sister then. The time has come to claim our prize. Are you prepared? Oh, wait, not you. Cryo? Oh wait, no, I think we talked to everyone now. Graha? Oh, I think we have talked to everyone. Yeah, we're done. Okay, let's keep going. It's cloudy! We finally managed to clear the harbor, which means the rest is in the engineer's capable hands. Meanwhile, Father has issued us an invitation. As agreed, he will reveal the means by which Heim Heidelin may be contacted. We are to meet him at Aporia when we are ready. Given the vital knowledge he holds, I suggest we leave without delay. It transpires, however, that the formed method for speaking with her is not without risks. I'm curious to hear what those might entail, but regardless, be warned. Most of those who arrived with the Adamantite have offered to stay and see any remaining tasks that need doing. The forum has already asked for my assistance in overseeing the process, so you needn't worry about a thing. Thank you, Tataru. We are off to Aporia then. Higher. Oh, higher. I was hoping we would be able to talk to everyone, maybe in Labyrinthos. Alright, let's go to Aporia. I was about to say, I thought we went everywhere, but no, there was this section in Labyrinthos we never went into. Alright, Fortuno, what you got? Salix, I've already shown the others inside. You will want to speak with Claire and A. She has the key to the lift and will see you after me. Get this achievement stuff out of here. I don't know how long that's been there. It's probably been there the entire stream for all I know. This is where the cutscene was. Alright, take me there. You're a very tall Ellison lady, holy cow. This is it. This is the place. From here we proceed to the heart of Labyrinthos and most closely guarded secret, Thalmazine. It marks the beginning and end of our efforts. Once we delve to seek audience with the star, whence we will embark on our journey to the heavens. This way, if you please. And we are off. That would be really funny if Fortuno could accompany us. Mapping the realm. Labyrinthos. I'm gonna cap out on EXP. I actually leveled up a lot faster than I was expecting to. Maybe I shouldn't have done roulettes on Black Mage and Sage. But we're also about to hit level 89 MSQ. I have a feeling. We're close. This is the place. Is it just like the title screen? Is it exactly like it? I think it is. I bid you welcome to Thalmazine. Direct your attention toward its center to behold the arc over which we have long labored. As you can see, it was designed as a medium-sized craft, the better to reduce fuel consumption. Miniaturizing magics have also been applied to its interior to ensure that the thrust-to-weight ratio does not place too great a limitation on its freight capacity. The ether burner, as you know, has been removed for further modification, but we shall reattach it soon enough. I have received word that Kokol and several of your allies are working on it with intense fervor. You're sure to see it done. 'Twas by their expertise that many a prior disaster was averted. If anything, I fear they will not afford us much time for speaking with Hydaelyn ere they finish. Well, yeah, where is she? Point taken. Let us move on. I must warn you again, however, that even with the benefit of our device, to treat with her is not a simple feat. We have 2 people with the Echo. This has to work. Bonds of Adamant. I can imagine the zeal which they are working with the ether burner. All I can say is that I'm glad we have something to do other than get in the way. Once it's ready, we'll see to it that the ship is put to good use. To think how many generations labored to this end, that we may aim higher still. We must spare no preparation, and that means speaking with Hydaelyn no matter the cost. I doubt this is what Erenville meant when he said that there remains much we do not know, but still I can't believe everything that was hidden underneath the city this entire time. If meeting Hydaelyn proves difficult even for the Forum, then perhaps Oh, 'tis an uninformed idea at this phase, I'm afraid. I will duly inform you if anything comes of it. It was the Allegans who first combined the mechanical and ethereal sciences into a revolutionary discipline. Given that this ship is nothing short of a technological marvel in that precise vein, elegant salvage would suit it well. Would seem enchantments most advanced have been woven into the ship's very bones. Wolfstone and Blovita were doubtless called upon for their expertise in teleportation magics. You feel it too, don't you? The ship is impressive, but it pales in comparison to the vast primordial power beneath our feet. He's here. We must learn of Hydaelyn's greater plan. We can only hope that she also knows of the current location of Meteion, and we can do neither if we do not focus on whatever trial awaits us within. Alright, here we go. I have done what I can to impress upon you the gravity of what lies ahead. Are you prepared? Yes. And we can fly in Labyrinthos. I will work on the sightseeing log another day. But yeah, I really want to finish the Labyrinthos sightseeing log now. We only have 3 entries left.